Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I greet you all according to your time and locations you'll be watching this video. Yes, my dear viewers, I am back again with another update. So guys, I have a video here I would like we all to watch. But before then, if you're meeting my channel for the very first time, you're highly welcome. Please kindly do well to like, share and subscribe. Leave your thought on the comment section. Let us know what you think about this video and I will see you towards the end.
Joining us now to discuss the political estrangement between ECOWAS and Niger Republic and the possibility of not going to war is Chief Bode George, former director at the Nigerian National War College, NWC, now called Nigerian Defense College, former military governor of Ondo State, and a chieftain of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Good morning, Chief Bode George, and welcome to the morning show.
A very good morning to you. It's always a pleasure to be with you guys. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. I was coaching you on Sunday on another program, This Day Live, and you had told, Nigeria should not go to war, should not be part of the ECOWAS resolution for a military intervention. And I was a bit baffled. This is the first time I will see a retired general, who was also at the National Defense College, scared at the prospect of a military intervention. Why do you not fears about military intervention? Soldiers are supposed to be valiant and to say, let's go there and do it.
You know, Ruben, that's quite interesting. You know, once beaten, twice shy. You are a doctorate fellow in English. Now, you learn from your experience. We were in ECOMOG, all right? Who was the main country that was responsible militarily? The financial support, personnel, of the armed forces, we did extremely so much. What was the benefit to Nigeria? You know, in world politics, like you said, I was teaching at the National War College. Before you consider going to war as a nation, you teach your boys the national interests of your country. Anything that falls out of that is not a major concern to you. But if anybody infringes on your national interests, then you can go to war, because you are going there to defend something so vital to your country. And learning from the ECOMOG experience, and we said to them, how can we now go again to Niger? What is the benefit? What do we have as a benefit going to Niger? So my appeal is that the ECOWAS heads of state should be more careful. Look, Ukraine today versus Russia. Putin thought it would be about a 1 week issue and it will be over. But we are over a year now. They are still fighting. People are dying. Innocent people are dying. War is not a tea party. And it is better to jaw rather than war. I'm talking from experience, and I'm talking from the fact that Niger is not the only country in the whole geopolitical belt of the Francophone countries that has a military administration. From Guinea in West Africa to Burkina Faso, from Burkina Faso, Mali, from Mali, Niger, and from Mali, Niger, Chad, and then Sudan. That takes you from from the West Atlantic Sea all the way to the Red Sea, right across the whole belt of Africa, in the Sahara. So why Niger? Please, when they meet tomorrow, I am advising that we have enough room to dialogue. And the underlying crisis that is engaging all these Francophone countries today dates back to the colonialism, the French approach to their own system of colonialism. While the British had, well, you know, you are our colonies, the French had the principle of assimilation. In other words, they didn't let go. There is no French Francophone country in the whole of Africa that the French government does not have a minimum of a battalion, French battalion, stationed there. Since we got our independence, have you seen British troops being stationed here? They are fighting something that is not akin to their own system. They are so disenchanted. Now they know that this link, look, you are as a country, a Francophone country, you don't even have your own currency. You are linked up with the French currency. So where's the economic power? Where's the development? All of them used to head out to France. But the French people are getting tired of all these, even in the French Arabs, they are tired of all of them. They are insulting them. They are no longer playing that game of assimilation. You know, in those days, I'm not too sure about now, the French people and the French government allowed all Francophone countries' heads of state to be members of the French parliament. Were we ever members in the Anglophone? Or were we ever members of the British parliament? No. But when you divorce, you move, you develop. Look at all the minerals that are there in Niger. How much are they paying? The French, how much are the French people paying the Nigerians? What is the development? The mass land of Niger is bigger than Nigeria, but small population. They are still the poorest nation in the world. There are people in abject poverty. So whatever we can do in terms of talking is better than to go and send troops there. Now, look at our nation. Yes, we haven't gotten to the zenith. We haven't gotten to the El Dorado. We are still battling ourselves. The type of constitution we are running, the ways you look at and listen to that the discussion about ministers being appointed. Oh, you're not doing it geopolitically. Some zones in the Delta State. Those are not normal developmental crises which we must resolve. And Nigeria as a nation, now, have we settled down?
All right.
The economic situation in this country today, people are still blatantly hungry, and they are angry. The insecurity in the land is unmatchable. So why would we now commit? And when they start, they would expect the big brother, Nigeria, to pump so much money. Look at the financial indices of our nation today. The last time we went to ECOMOG, it was much, much better, and we were much more stable economically in this country. So why do we want to commit a lot of funds that you use to develop the people?
All right, Chief George.
Let us have a smile on our faces before you can help your friends.
Yes, sir.
You know, like we say in my local parlance, Tinobajo ni jomweni, tareni la kogbo. In other words, even if you get on board the aircraft and there is some kind of a loss of air,
yes, sir,
and there is a drop, of the airbags.
Yes, sir.
You know, the first information, the first announcement is help yourself first
Before you help.
even you help your
Absolutely.
child.
Chief George, let me come in here.
So let's help ourselves first for others. Yes.
Yes, sir. All right. You talk about dialogue, exploring other diplomatic forms of dialogue with the Nigerian. But reports coming in say that the Nigerian are not yet open for conversation. A high-power delegation from ECOWAS, led by General Abdulsalami Abubakar, went to see the Nigerian coupists, and they didn't even deem them the respect of allowing them into the city, citing security reasons. In the event that the Nigerian coupists are unwilling to discuss or open discussions, dialogue with ECOWAS, do you still think they shouldn't attempt military intervention?
Look, Rome wasn't built in a day. Now, these young men who took over government, and I'm now talking from experience, there is nowhere in the world that you have a dictatorship that will last that long without inflicting unimaginable pain on the people. Today, the people are dancing, they are shouting, they are doing this, they are saying yes, yes, yes. It takes time. They will find a way to reach whoever is the head of state. He himself will soon find out that all that glitters is not gold, you know. So he will find out. And if they think it's like a revolving door that can change in a minute, they are joking. You are heads of your government in various areas. It takes time to settle down. Look at us in Nigeria. You know, we are still waiting for the end of the electoral process. You know, and then you now go, you commit yourselves to war, and let's just imagine, and the courts come back and say no to Bola Tinubu. What happens? It takes a lot of time. Rome wasn't built in a day. Discussion, diplomacy is not like a switch. Yes, the gun can be like a little switch, but discussion will go on. Don't look at them. It's an entity. And ECOWAS itself, by its definition, is an economic community of states. Economy is the number one issue, not military. Look, take Euro, the European Union. That is the economic union for Central Europe. But you have the NATO. Now, not all members of NATO are members of European Union, or vice versa. But when we want to talk about the economic, what were the tenets by which they established ECOWAS, it is a cooperation of economic activities, trade links, free movements, sharing of the various advantages. If you have certain products in your own country that are required from some industrial use in my country, let's work together. That is, the essence is to develop the standard of living of the people in West Africa. But this had been so inhibited because the Francophone countries were still controlled by the French. And now, if they want their liberty, look, like I said to you, from West Africa, from Guinea, is a military government. Burkina Faso, next to it, military government. Mali, next to it, military government. Niger has joined now, military government. Chad, military government. Sudan, all the way to the Red Sea. You can see the whole of West Africa. You can see it, you know. Look at it. Every line that is red here is all Francophone countries except Sudan, but they are all under military administration. Something is wrong. Let's take the discussion from that and find a solution. rather than subject all our people to unnecessary war. Look, we were trained to know the consequences. And let's say, is this war, what is Niger to Nigeria? And please remember, from Kebbi State to Sokoto State, to Zamfara State, to Katsina State, to Jigawa, to Yobe and Borno, these people have families on the other side of Niger and Chad. There is a porous border from there. They have relatives, they have family members. So what do you want to do? Let's calm the nerves. Let the man be there. For no matter what, you will discuss with him. Yes, it was unfortunate that they didn't listen to General Abdul Salam because it was too early in the day. Because you made a mention and gave 7 days ultimatum. That was your approach. What do you want them to do? To behave like school children and succumb and say, yes, sir, we accept? No, they won't do that.
Okay.
And you can see their own people.
Okay, sir.
Whether they know, they understand it or not.
Okay, sir.
The taste of a pudding is when they eat it.
Okay, sir.
Government, military administration cannot resolve the problems. It's a stopgap.
Okay, sir.
It cannot resolve the problems of any nation. We have experienced it here.
Okay.
We saw what it did to the military itself. We saw what it did to the nation. Look at the constitution we are running today. Look at our constitution. That is why we are not moving forward. It's not working because it's so military in its status, in its standing, in everything. And we need to revisit those areas. I'm happy, it's not a matter of bringing one military to come and manage government. And the disadvantage in a military administration? People don't realize it. You cut off completely people's participation. There are 3 arms of government: the judiciary, the executive, and the legislative arm. The legislative arm, that is the representation from the people. And if you cut it out, because if you have a military government, the legislature is the first one to be disbanded. So how would the people be governed if there is no representation from them? How do you know what their needs are, what their feelings are? So it is not a serious sense of governance. And people will realize it by time.
Okay.
So I will plead with the